Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasairos. On this channel, I will tell the truth at all costs. I talk about politics, sports, and entertainment to keep everyone well rounded what's going on in the world. If you don't like hearing the truth, this channel is definitely not for you. So, this weekend, I went to go see the Marvel Comics movie Thunderbolts. And the only reason why I gave it a D minus instead of an F is because I didn't fall asleep during the movie. This movie was complete garbage. It was a horrible story. The director, Jake Schreier, came up with the worst story ever to introduce the character Sentry to the Marvel movies and fan base. The story is absolutely atrocious. Of all the ways you could have introduced a new character to the Marvel fan base, and this is a weak, super weak story. The movie opens with the assassin Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh, beating up all the men with ease and making stupid jokes the whole time. And we're not even 5 minutes into the movie, and it's full on feminism with scenes like Yelena, she tells Red Guardian and John Walker to put their small penises away, followed up by a phone call scene between Valentina Allegro de Fontaine and Yelena Belova. That Valentine knows how much she loves to promote women. So we're not even 5 minutes into the movie, and it's full blown feminism. In the movie, you had three women assassins, of course, who were all poised and just happened to be more masculine than the men characters. I wouldn't expect anything less. Once you get one of these woke writers or directors, in charge of the script, this is the type of garbage that you get. We're literally 2 minutes into the movie, and you have a female assassin telling the male characters to put their small penises away and how much they like to promote women. There's no need for that at all in the script. The script was a total snoozer. I mean it, one of the worst stories. Think about the way Superman was introduced to the world, his cool story of being from Krypton and his planet explodes and his family sends him to Earth. All the cool ways that you could have introduced the character Sentry. And this is the best that director Jake Schreier could come up with. Absolute garbage. Of course, the woke writers made the spinoff from Captain America, Johnny Walker, look like an abusive, bitter, angry, drunk loser who loves to abuse his family and complains the whole time during the movie. A far cry from the real Captain America. The movie just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. At one point, I had to catch myself from falling asleep, and I didn't, probably because I paid an arm and a leg to enter the movie, and between popcorn and a soda, you're already down $100. So I forced myself to stay awake, and if I would have fell asleep, I would have gave this movie an F. Red Guardian, who was played by David Harbour, was unwatchable the entire movie. He wasn't entertaining. The character, with all of his inaudible babbling and screaming and yelling, it's not his fault. He can only do so much with the script, but the script was terrible for this character. He just screamed the entire time. You had no clue what the man was saying. The character Bob Sentry was played by Lewis Pullman. He actually did a good job with a horrible script and storyline. He is definitely by far the best character in the movie. We had two more women assassins in the movie, bring the total number of women assassins to three. Of course, they kicked all the men's ass, 1, 2, 3, making funny and stupid jokes the entire time. Ghost, who was portrayed by Hannah John Kamen, and Taskmaster, played by Olga Kurylenko, who both did solid jobs with their characters. The woke writers definitely made the three women characters have more poise and masculinity than their male counterparts. Then you had old Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, played by Sebastian Stan, the most recognizable character in the entire movie. And of course, he got the least amount of screen time in the movie. I can't figure out why, since he is the most recognizable character and actor in the entire film, but he did a solid job with the time he was afforded on the screen with a poor script. That brings us to our last two characters, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and her co-star Mel, played by Geraldine Viswanathan. had good chemistry and a solid performance with a horrible script and storyline. So there you have it. This movie is not worth going to see. Don't spend your hard earned money on this. Between the first, 3 minutes of feminism, it just right out of the gate, it's just a feminist dream, and the movie just gets progressively worse. This was a terrible way to introduce the character Sentry into the Marvel Comics universe, movies, and fan base. This could have been done in a with a $250 million budget. This film should have been top of the line. There should have been better, more recognizable actors in these roles, or at least guys and girls that really looked the part. I didn't think they casted well. Script was definitely poor. The storyline was poor. I have nothing but bad things to say about this movie. And again, yes, I give it a D minus only because I didn't fall asleep during the movie. Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros.